coast. I like this coast better. No snow, palm trees. It's the way to get off the plane, let me tell you. Well, I guess there's some sort of event in town and they're short on vehicles.
Would you believe the only vehicle they had left was a convertible? No, seriously, that was it. That's all they had. It was either this or walking. No, seriously, that's all they had, man.
Well, my GPS is telling me this is the location. It's gonna be interesting. All right, well, I'm looking forward to meeting this guy. He's pretty well known in the biking industry. Jeff, Jeremy at the Edge Factor.
Jeremy, good to meet you.
Every project, of course, starts at the design, and it's a combination of, prototyping with real parts and test mules. The key to manufacturing in the U.S. is being efficient. The design, the CAD work, machining, assembly, welding, everything is done in-house.
This system allows us to do small runs, quantities of anywhere from 5 to 20 of a particular model, and we can always pull from this part source here to do these smaller runs so that at any given time we can have any particular model in inventory. Our bikes aren't, in a sense, custom ordered. We do offer options like color options and things like that. So we have to keep a certain amount of stock on hand, but we want to keep that as a minimum. We pretty much say that every one of those 12 frames that we produce already has a customer's name attached to it. Every model that we produce has a stock color availability. You can get any one of 14 different custom colors. This is one of the parts we're currently making for the carbine. This particular link has 4 stages, it's 4 steps. All that extra aluminum that's cut off of there, we do recycle and then we sell it back to the mill at a price per pound. We use a system where each frame and each size has its own dedicated tooling. This allows us to be more efficient again and change up different sizes of frames and models very quickly. Each time we make that frame, the geometry perimeters and things are going to be consistent. One of the things that Intense can capitalize on is the fact that we can change things and quickly. We can create new trends, adapt to new trends, versus some of the longer processes it takes dealing with manufacturing products overseas. Once the frames leave the weld area, the next step along the way is to heat treat the frames. The frames are loaded into these baskets. Our heat treat system is it's an all-in-one unit, so the oven is up here. This gets raised up. During the quench cycle, there's actually a tank that moves into place, and the frames go from about 1100 degrees, and they drop into this tank of a quenchant material within a matter of seconds. And what this does is it locks in the temper at it when that's the annealing stage, so it's all at a 0 temper. Heat treating is very critical in aluminum frames, especially we use a 60, 69, 61 material, 6000 series that's heat treatable. This is a process that we brought in-house a few years ago because we wanted better control over the quality.
So as Jeff and I walked through the shop, I couldn't help but notice that a lot of the bikes had tags on them. He explained to me that most of the mountain bikes are built to order. The customer has their name attached to it through the whole process. Alright, so I am entering into the inner sanctum. This is where the magic happens.
What I think about when I design a project is I actually want to make it myself. I've always thought that way. I'm a guy that builds stuff. And that's why from day one, Intense, I've always manufactured my frames myself. From buying that first CNC machine to having a shop full of those, and welders and whatever else it takes. I would love to be able to do this carbon in-house, and maybe someday it is in our future. But I think
there's the challenge for you guys. If somebody can come up with a way to make carbon frames here in America that's efficient, these guys would love it.
I think it can be done if there's no middleman in the process, just like Intense. We are actually price competitive with our aluminum frames because we make it ourselves. If we had to shop that out to another manufacturer that's in the middle, then there goes your price margin, and we're priced out of whack with our competitors. The same thing could happen with the carbon. If we were able to manufacture it ourselves here in our facility, I think we could be price competitive. I personally still make all the prototype frames. If some models we make a series of 1 or 2 prototypes, sometimes there's 6. All the way up to the point of we've got a frame that we really like how it actually functions. You know, it meets all of our design criterion, which is a good balance of form, function, and fit. Now I could weld this bike up, heat treat it tonight, and be riding it tomorrow. So that's one of the advantages of having this shop out here and these facilities on hand.
Well, mountain bikes have seen a lot of changes over the years. This perhaps is the category that you can get the most creative from an artistic side of things. We're really hoping that somebody comes up with a game changer. Remember, this is all about process.